Hello everyone, this is Gaming with Shoggoths, and we are here in Prehistoric Kingdom. We just had a beta update yesterday, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last beta update before early access at the end of this month, where all of you out there will be able to join us beta testers in playing. Very exciting, I'm looking forward to it, and all the new things that come with that. So far for this beta update, we've got 2 new creatures, 3 technically if you want to count the Dung Beetles, and some various changes and improvements and such. This video is going to focus on the new dinos and then the habitat changes and requirements, and then I'll probably do another video that has like all the new decorations and talking about like challenge mode and all that stuff. But because of my time schedule right now, I'm trying to break it down into smaller videos, so we have plenty of time to go over everything. But yeah, so these, if you can't tell already, are the Brachiosaurus. Now, as far as I can tell, there's not much, if any, differences between the males and the females right now. And perhaps that will be because this is a male and a female, and there's a little bit of, you know, color tone variation, but there's not much size or anything else variation like there are in some of the other species. For a second, I thought they were gonna like rub faces like in Jurassic World, but no, they're just gonna meld through each other. But yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of color difference between the two, but there's not much. Some of the other species have way more difference between male and female and stuff like that. So perhaps we'll see that in the future. I do like this skin, though. There are 3 new skins for the Brachiosaurus. And also, just for like the sake of, comparison, I put a Camarasaurus in here because, you know, when the Camarasaurus was the biggest creature or tallest creature in the game, it seemed huge, but now, now look at it. Like, it doesn't seem huge at all. I mean, obviously it's still huge, but just in comparison to the Brachiosaurus, it is not so big anymore, relatively speaking. I do like the way this guy is sitting here in the water, taking a break. Look at him, he's so cute. These guys look really good. I like them. I mean, all the models in this game so far, I think, have been really good. So, but yeah, these are the Brachiosaurs, and then we've also got Iguanodons. There are also 3 skins of Iguanodons, and again, there's not much difference between the males and the females, but perhaps we will see that in the future. I've got some Iguanodons here. Liam, a male. Made this wetland area for them because now their environmental needs do matter. Or at least if you're not in sandbox. There is now a dedicated sandbox mode as well as a challenge mode. And you can change your settings so that like that kind of, you know, environmental needs either matter or don't matter. So in addition to these new dinosaurs for this update, we've also got, as I said, the environmental needs, and we've also got dino droppings. Q in Malcolm, dino droppings. There are 2 ways to take care of the dino droppings. You can either employ dung beetles. Here's a dung beetle nest right here. Or you can manually remove it. Well, not manually remove it, but, you know, click a button to remove it. Perhaps in the future that will actually be a, you know, like a keeper that comes in and cleans it, like you would have in, like, Prehistoric Zoo. I think I have a lot of dung beetle nests in here, so there's none in here, but I very, very purposefully did less in here so we could kind of see how it works. Now, they start off small, like this one over here on the left. They get bigger the longer you let them stay there without getting taken care of, and and they attract flies. From what I could tell, the dung beetle nest doesn't have a huge range. It's still a cool concept, though. That way you don't have to constantly be looking over everything. This is a feature I believe you can turn off as far as like whether or not it matters to your park rating and stuff like that. Depending on what, you know, if you're in sandbox, you know, you don't want to worry about it. You don't have to. I just have it set so you guys can see what it's like. But basically, just, you know, I'm putting it right there just so it does what it's supposed to do, and you can see it happening. I'll speed it up just because sometimes it can take a minute. Maybe I'll speed it up. There we go. But what should happen, maybe, what should happen over time is that the piles get smaller. There we go. So that's a dung beetle taking here. Like, there's not like any dramatic animations. I mean, you do get the beetle down there, but it's not like it's going from the pile to the nest and back and forth. But it is, no, it's totally like a cool concept, and I like it. It is sort of just a neat feature to have like dung beetles like roaming around. But I definitely did put a lot less in this enclosure so that it would pile up. The dung beetles can be found under the animal care enrichment. Just gonna put, and I'm gonna put a few down here. And honestly, like they don't look like out of place. They from a distance, probably from like, you know, ooh, there's a whole bunch over here. From the standpoint of someone like looking in, I imagine it looks a lot like oh, what's that? Oh, that's the feeder. I was like, oh, what's that pole there? I mean, they look a lot like rocks, you know, from the perspective, like if you're farther away. But a dung beetle nest is way better than a pile of poo. So, you know, I don't think they hurt. They don't hurt like how things look for your guests. In fact, they improve it. So, having them spread out, you know, they'll be hidden. You know, you can, if you really want to hide them, you can hide them in your bushes and stuff. And I'm sure that will cover them up a little bit. You can see the piles already getting smaller. You can always move them around too. They're relocatable, so you know you can do what you want. Now the other way to get rid of your piles of poo is to come here. You click on the fence, and it's going to give you all kinds of information about your enclosure, which is really nice. I really like that. Gives you like all your different stats right now. Not all of the stats are visible. See, like right here, it says I know I have visible dung because we saw it over there, but it's not actually giving me any penalty, and I think it's because I have it all turned off. So, you know, those options are available for you. But right down here in the bottom, this little thing that kind of looks like a poop emoji, clean exhibit dung, you can just click that, and it will all disappear within that selected fenced area. All right, so as I said earlier, habitat needs and all that kind of stuff do matter now. I mean, you can turn it off in sandbox mode if you want to, but you do now have the ability to play with that so that it's important to your game and it affects everything. We'll just look at the Iguanodon real quick. And since I haven't really gone over this part before because it wasn't totally necessary, but down here below the dinosaur, over to the left is all their exhibit needs and their desires. So you have like what diet they eat, what kind of exhibits, you know, what kind of terrain, environment, brain not functioning, but what kind of environment, you know, there is acceptable for them. So like the Iguanodon is grassland, wetland, or scrubland. I think grassland we don't have available yet. There's tropical and grassland are like the two biomes that aren't available yet. But so I did wetland for their enclosure, but you could also do scrubland. You could do a combination, you know. Then it's also got their needs down here for forest and water, the percentage of their habitat, which, you know, is something you're very familiar from other park kind of games. They've got the minimum size of the environment here and how much crowding they can deal with. They can deal with up to 75%. That seems like a lot. But that just, you know, I mean, I guess that makes sense for like a herding animal. And then their temperatures and their fence security, and both of these things, they're grayed out, and I don't think that they are quite in play yet because I've not seen anything that like allows you to affect the temperature other than what biome you pick. And then you know, fence security, there are no breakouts yet. So that is also not an issue at the time, but that's where you can find all of your information for what your dinosaur needs. So like this one, the exhibit crowding is 27%, well under what the iguanodons need. The area that seems that sounds small for what it was saying it needed, but you know, I just threw these together just to show things off. But yeah, I think that is small for what they need, but I have all that stuff turned off, so their cleanliness is apparently not very good. Let's take care of that. Oh, okay. Actually, it was pretty good. So full bar means it's clean, lower bar means it's dirty. Fair enough. Plant biomes, it even tells you that there's wetland in there, and all I did was wetland stuff, so that's interesting how like it really zones in on that. Then we've got forest, 48%, water at 55%. I have not given them a shelter, but I don't think that it is in play either at the moment. But yeah, so that's like the new like habitat stuff. One other thing I did notice, at least for me, I mean, I don't have like a top computer, but I do feel like the graphics are improved. I don't have as much clouding and fogginess as the last time I played, which has been a little bit, but I don't think anything has updated between then and now. So, ooh, I like this guy with the red head. Looks very nice. Kind of reminds me of a turkey. Kendon. Got breezes moving the grass. The grass looks a lot better. I mean, once again, my computer is not the greatest ever, so you can see kind of like in the back how it looks sort of weird and fuzzy. But the grass, in my opinion, is improved. And we've got wind going through it. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. I just wanted you guys to be able to see the new Brachiosaurs, the new Iguanodons, the poop, and just the new environmental things that are starting to take effect. I'm probably going to wait to do any more enclosures, exhibits, and stuff like that until early access, which isn't far away. It's like a week away or something like that. So it's really not far at all. So we'll do like an update video when that happens, and then I'll start getting back into building some enclosures. Yeah, as always, I appreciate checking out my video. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll be back with more Prehistoric Kingdom real soon. Until then, have a good one.